Hey guys, it's Emma here and I have a box of stories box to open. I'm so excited. So I have stopped the fiction box and I've just got the sci-fi fantasy box now because there'd been an email that went out, I think it was actually at the end of last year, saying that the prices were going up, but subscribers weren't going up until April. So I basically cancelled my fiction box because it was from the 1st of April and my box would have come after the 1st of April, so I didn't want both the boxes at a higher price, so I cancelled, kept the science fiction one and fantasy one, and then I got an email a little while ago saying that they weren't actually putting the prices up anymore, so I'm just like, oh damn, but it is higher than it was, so yeah, I've just left that. I'm just going to stick with the sci-fi fantasy box, and just keep with that, but like always, I will link them down below. It's a box of stories. It's a company that saves 4 books for you from being pulp. There's thousands and thousands of books that are just scrapped every year. So this is to try and stop some of that happening. So it's books that you won't have necessarily heard of, that don't have the same kind of publicity that, say, a Stephen King book or something like that from a well-known author would have. So I just think that's really interesting, and I have had so many great books from these boxes, so I'm definitely keeping at least this one going. If they ever did a full-time horror one, I would definitely get that as well though. But they did the horror one for October, for like a one-off box, so I hope they do that again at least for this October, and I will definitely be getting that one. But yeah, this is my April box of stories, so let's just get into it and see what we've got. Packing stuff. Right, first book. And it is Cold Storage by David Koepp. Apparently he's a screenwriter for Jurassic Park, which is cool, and the cover looks awesome. And surely you'll know by now, I always judge books by their cover, can't help it. So it says, when Pentagon bioterror operative Roberto Diaz was sent to investigate a suspected biochemical attack, he found something far worse, a highly mutative organism capable of extinction-level destruction. He contained it and buried it in cold storage, deep beneath a little-used military repository. Now, after decades of festering in a forgotten sub-basement, the specimen has found its way out and is on a lethal feeding frenzy. Only Diaz knows how to stop it. He races across the country to help 2 unwitting security guards, one an ex-con, the other a single mother. Over one harrowing night, the unlikely trio must figure out how to quarantine this horror again. All they have is luck, fearlessness, and a mordant sense of humour. Will that be enough to save all of humanity? That sounds freaking awesome. So I'm well chuffed for that one. I love things like that. So that is book 1. Alright, book 2. We've got Skyfarer, which is the Drifting Lands book 1 by Joseph Barassi. And again, definitely judging books by their cover. I freaking love this one. It looks awesome. That's such a cool cover. And it is Angry Robot. And I've had a few of Angry Robot books in these box of stories, and they're really good. So yeah, I'm excited to get another one. So it says, The Drifting Lands book 1. The Axiom Diamond is a mythical relic with the power to show its bearer any truth they desire. Men have sought it across many continents for centuries, but in vain. When trainee sorceress Amy de Laurence, I don't know if I said that right, first ever portal casting goes awry, she and her mentor are thrown into the race to find the gem, travelling on the sky ship Elysium. Opposing them are the infamous magic-wielding Knights of the Eternal Order and their ruthless commander, Lord Azrael, who will destroy everything in his path to grab that relic. Again, awesome, and the cover looks awesome as well, so I'm excited to get into that. Right, third book. Oh, I've got a hardcover here. Actually, I think the last 2 are both hardcovers. So we've got In This World, Perfection is Everything. I think that's the tagline though. I think it's just called Q. Yeah, it's just called Q, and it's by Christina Dalcher. I think that's how you pronounce that. So it's called Q, and then it says, in this world, perfection is everything. So let's see what this one's about. So it says, Elena Fairchild is a teacher at one of the state's new elite schools. Her daughters are exactly like her, beautiful, ambitious, and perfect. A good thing, since the recent mandate that swept the country is all about perfection. Now everyone must undergo routine tests for their quotient Q, and any children who don't measure up are placed into new governmental schools. Instead, teachers can focus on the gifted. Elena tells herself it's not about eugenics, not really, but when one of her daughters scores lower than expected and is taken away, she intentionally fails her own test to go with her. But what Elena discovers is far more terrifying than she ever imagined. So yeah. That sounds pretty cool. And last book here is Daughter from the Dark by Marina and Sergei Dyachenko, I think. Translated by Julia Maitov-Hersey. And it says, when late-night radio DJ Aspirin stumbles across 10-year-old Aliona, he takes her home to keep her safe. But in the morning, sinister doubts set in. Who is she really? A young con artist? A plant for a nefarious blackmailer? Or perhaps a long-lost daughter Aspirin never knew existed? Whoever this mysterious girl is, she now refuses to leave. A game of cat and mouse has begun. Claiming that she is a musical prodigy, Aliona insists she must play a complicated violin piece to find her brother. Confused and wary, Aspirin knows one thing. He wants her out of his apartment and his life. Yet every attempt to get rid of her is thwarted by an unusual protector. Her toy bear is more than it seems. Aliona tells Aspirin that if he will just allow her to do her work, she'll leave him and this world. He can then return to the shallow life he led before her. But as outside forces begin to coalesce, threatening to finally separate them, Aspirin makes a startling discovery about himself and this ethereal, eerie child. Cool. So that is book 4. And that is all that's in the box. There's all the facts here that are normally in this box. So 77 million books are destroyed in the UK every year, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, and you get your little cute ticket here that says box of stories, and there's a bunch of, there's like a website and everything to get to them. But as I say, I'll link all that down below. So that is everything that was in the box. We got Skyfarer by Joseph Brassi. We got Cold Storage by David Koepp. We got Daughter from the Dark by Marina and Sergei Dyachenko, I think. And we got Q by Christina Delcher. So yeah, another great box of books. I'm really excited to read them all. But that is it for this one, guys. Any comments, pop them down below. Share with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you next time, guys. Bye!